The high school I went to had no bullies. That's not an exaggeration, that's exactly true. The school I went to was called Science Leadership Academy, and you can probably guess the type of kids that went there. This sounds all good on the surface, and it was good for me for a little while. See, being an anxious 14 and 15-year-old, it felt good to look over to the left of me and see there was a kid in a Pokemon onesie, and I could say to myself, at least I'm not as much of a dork as that fucking guy. But by my sophomore year of high school, I felt this immense depression and sense of hopelessness that really confused me. Because I thought I had everything that I ever wanted. I had a community, a group of friends, people that cared about me. I even had a girlfriend. So why was I so depressed? Why did I feel so hopeless and empty all the time? I thought to myself, I have no adversity, so what could be causing this? But the irony was, having no adversity was what caused this in the first place. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, while no one really likes or actively seeks out conflicts or adversity, we all need it because it gives us purpose, it gives us an obstacle to overcome and work towards. While the adults at my school were well-intentioned, I think a lot of the times they were trying to shield us from adversity instead of trying to teach us how to deal with it and how to overcome it. And that's why I think a lot of my generation has very high numbers of anxiety and depression. Because the less you deal with adversity, the more intense it's going to feel and it's going to snowball out of control as time goes on. Whereas if you just learn how to, face those fears, it won't be as scary. If you're afraid of public speaking, you have to raise your hand in class. If you're afraid of heights, you have to skydive to get over it. Basically, the way to deal with your anxieties is counterintuitive, which is why it's really difficult to get over it. And telling people that they never have to leave their comfort zone is one of the most dangerous things you could tell someone who's trying to deal with anxiety and depression. To give another personal anecdote, about a year ago I was very depressed, lost, and hopeless. And it was another situation where I didn't really have many conflicts, but I was just stuck in this mediocrity, and my life was just going nowhere. It wasn't a good enough life to feel happy about myself, but also wasn't bad enough for me to reflect and make some changes. Fast forward to now, I had one of the most stressful weeks of my life, and during that time period, I didn't feel lost or hopeless at all. I did feel a little bit on edge, but I had purpose, I had goals to overcome in order to improve myself. Basically, if you're feeling lost and purposeless, you have to run towards the pain, not from it. Instead of trying to build a utopia, we should strive to understand adversity and the benefits that we gain from it, because there's no point in shielding and sheltering ourselves from any type of conflict. Yeah, no one likes a bully, but we need them because they teach us how to become stronger. That's why we need conflict, because it gives us something to strive for, and that's why pain is meaning. If you're depressed, you're not going to overcome it by reading a bunch of positive affirmations on Twitter. You need to put yourself in a position where you can fail to see what you're made of and to see what you need to improve on.